Coming up, all 16 and 17. More than 1 million more teenagers are to be offered the COVID jab.
The lunchtime news with Lucrezia Millarini.
Good afternoon. Ministers are to announce that all 16 and 17-year-olds in the UK will be offered a COVID jab. The rollout of the vaccination programme is expected to be in response to new advice from the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation. At the moment, only those 12 to 17-year-olds with significant underlying health conditions or those living with others at high risk are eligible for the vaccine. It's thought the move, in line with other countries, including the US, could help prevent a surge in cases before schools return for the autumn. With more, here's our political reporter, Shihab Khan. Well, joining us now is Dr. Penny Ward. On to Tokyo now, where 13-year-old Sky Brown has stolen the headlines for Team GB by becoming our youngest ever medal winner. She took bronze in skateboarding in a competition that was so full of young people that the Japanese silver medalist was only 12, and the medals have continued to roll in for Great Britain. Sailors Hannah Mills and Ailey McIntyre won gold in the 470 class, and show jumper Ben Mayer also came out on top in the individual show jumping. But there were lows to go with the highs. Katarina Johnson-Thompson is out of the heptathlon after pulling up. The Belarusian track sprinter, who refused orders to fly home early from the Games, has now departed Japan for Austria. Now, we're all desperate to get away this summer, but the consumer watchdog is warning holidaymakers against booking with companies who leave people out of pocket if they are unable to travel because of COVID, which, so they found 20 package providers that either weren't able to give refunds or did not provide clear information on their booking policies. Well, I'm joined now. These many more people looking to plan a holiday. Package deals look attractive, especially those that incorporate cheaper testing as well. But which magazine is saying that we should be wary of the small print, in particular when it comes to cancellation because COVID rules are changing? And the problem is some of the providers say that, you know what, if you cancel a trip because COVID rules have changed, the government's advice have changed, but the flights are still operating, they haven't been cancelled, then essentially the airlines retain the money, don't they? And they can't pass that refund back on to you because it's not their responsibility. What happens then? You mentioned there that government rules might change in terms of countries going on the red list. We are expecting some changes to the traffic light system tomorrow. But also just a word of advice for people to be aware of. It's not just our country's rules that are changing and significant, but it's the country that you're travelling to as well. So what should people do when it comes to... Still to come. But first, more evidence of the impact of extreme weather. Thousands of people in the areas surrounding Athens have been forced to flee their homes to escape an encroaching wildfire. It's as Greece deals with temperatures of 40+ degrees Celsius in what the country's Prime Minister has described as the worst heat wave in 3 decades. Armani Ibrahimi reports. Petrol prices have reached an 8-year high. The RAC says the average. And finally now, let's return to the Olympics and talk some more about Sky Brown's remarkable bronze medal at 13. Her achievement won't inspire the next generation as much as her own. Well, Neil Connery has been speaking to the head of Skateboard GB about the effect it will have on the sport. Well, Neil Connery would like to see that very much indeed. Just time to give you a reminder of our main stories this lunchtime. But heptathlete Karina Johnson-Thompson is out of contention after pulling up injured in the 200-metre sprint. And that is it this lunchtime. I'm back here with the evening news at 6:30 with more on all those stories and, of course, more from Tokyo. But for now, from everyone here, bye-bye. Hello again. Now the main stories in London. The families of 5 people killed in the Croydon tram crash have applied to the High Court for a new inquest into their deaths. A vigil was held last night in memory of Bieber Henry and Nicole Smallman, who were murdered at a park in Wembley last June. Parts of the Circle and District lines will be closed from today until the 12th of August for planned essential works on the district. One of London's Olympians, Kai White, has returned home to a hero's welcome. And a London Holocaust survivor has had her portrait taken by the Duchess of Cambridge. All right, time for the weather now. Here's Sally. And that is it. Duncan is back here at 6. Until then, enjoy your afternoon. Bye-bye.